So first of all, good morning. Thanks for listening. My name is Martin Butz. So at Telefónica O2, I'm responsible for the partnerships with other carriers, meaning on one side, classical voice roaming, but also fixed net cooperation, especially in the German market. So, and yesterday we learned a lot about 5G and all this new and fancy stuff which is coming up, so really exciting. Today, talking about the fixed net, talking about a market which is sometimes seen a little bit boring, but nevertheless, what we see, I hope that this one is going. So that we can, is there another one? Can we? So. Yep, perfect, thanks a lot. So today, let's talk about fixed net. Let's talk about a market where we see investments of 10 billion euros a year. And this on a stable base year over years for the last years, and also we are predicting in the future will be even more. And as you also can see, of course, Deutsche Telekom is the main investor, the main sole investor, but on the other side, the majority of investments is done by several different players. So why is this the case? Why do we still believe in this huge fixed net market? And the answer you see in the middle. So if I look in your faces, I see a lot of young faces, agile dynamic, which means most of you will still be here in this industry in 5 years. Last year we saw that the standard access in average used 230 gigabyte on data. What we see is an exponential growth of 30% year over year. We learned it all from COVID. What exponential growth means? It means in 5 years' time, in 2027, we believe that the average consumption is at 1 terabyte or above. And still, fixed net is the cheapest way to produce data at the end of the day. So, and on one side, of course, the data will explode. On the other side, we see that the majority of accesses in Germany are still below 100 Mbit, which means there is a huge potential for upselling, a huge market where we can gain business. But to win this business, first we have to listen to our end customers. And what we see is our end customer, the answer is always, I want fast internet, high speed, at, let's make it polite, affordable price points. So, of course, there is, how to say, a slight gap, which means we will never find a one-size-fits-all solution for everyone. Where we are completely with our end customers, sure, their demand is we want reliable processes and high quality. So the time when we can send a technician 3, 4, 5, 7 times to an end customer to install his line, forget it, that's over. The times that we see there are dips in the performance of a line in the evening, it's not acceptable anymore. But then there is also a fourth point, which is coming up more and more, flexibility. So we see a huge customer base who is demanding a lot more flexible products, a lot more flexible access types. They don't want to wait 3, 4, 5 weeks for the next access. They don't want to wait for civil works for 1 year that fiber is coming. If we look here at students on our mobile workforce, on people who have somewhere a flat for vacations, they are demanding also a lot more flexibility in the future. So what we know is one size does not fit all. Now the purpose of our company is to democratize access. So where is the colleague from Rakuten? I guess you're also somewhere on this purpose. What does it mean? For us, it means we have to reach out to as many possible customers as we can, which means we have to find strong partnerships. On the mobile side, it's quite easy, to be honest. We have three and a half network operators in Germany, and they all get this nice stamp from Connect that they have a very good network. So on the mobile side, all operators fit really pretty much the complete German market. On the fixed net side, it's different. And therefore, we are looking for partnerships that we are able to really serve everyone. I mean, that's the first part of democratization, that we serve everyone. The second part is that in our core belief is we also have to target different groups with different products, with different technologies, with customer-oriented products. So for me, it's now easy because we as Telefónica don't have an own network, so I'm quite neutral against technologies. Partly true, we have now an invest with UGG on the fiber market. But in general, we are open for all technologies, and we believe that there is a huge potential for coexistence of these different access types for the next years. So if we talk about fiber, it's a premium technology, no question. If we make a sure bet in 10 to 15 years, fiber is the dominant technology in fixed access. But what is until, or what is in the next 8 to 10 years? And there, we believe that still VDSL, XDSL will be in the market, the dominant, or how to say, the majority of the accesses will still be on this XDSL side. Also, it's limited to 250 Mbits. Why? Because it has a huge footprint, it has reliable processes. So telecom improved there a lot, I have to admit. But beside VDSL, there is also, for example, this DOCSIS technology, cable technology. And being a technician, to be honest, from the theory, the cable DOCSIS is more advanced than VDSL. And it's able to provide higher speeds with really attractive price points, as you may have noticed looking at our birthday offer, which is out there on the market at the moment. And then we believe in a technology also called FMS, fixed mobile substitution. Especially now talking about 5G again, that's a technology which is easiest to implement. The customer comes to the shop, he gets his router, SIM card, thank you. Up and installed, no problem. So we believe in the coexistence of these 4 different access technology types. Of course, this comes with a challenge, because at the end of the day, we are a nationwide operator. We want to market, of course, via, how to say, affordable sales channels, which means at the end of the day, mainly online. So for us, is now the decision, how can we offer different technologies with one face to the customer, the best on an, how to say, online platform. And what we are doing here is we decided to go with a TAA approach. I like this TAA and these abbreviations, a technology agnostic approach, which means facing to the customer in the first step, he shouldn't care about the technology. He should care about what he needs, what is his demand. So we want to listen to the end customer and then serve his needs. Well, the key factor here is getting all this with a good IT integrated, focus on the end customer needs, and work with reliable and strong partnerships. Always the same story. No player in the German market will be able to serve the complete market. And we are quite proud that we at the moment have the biggest fixed broadband footprint in the German market, and we are working also on having the biggest 1 gig footprint in the German market, we as Telefónica O2. And we are going this way with our partners, which means on one side, we are really active with telecom, historically, ADSL, VDSL, also on the FTTH side, but also with the cable operators like Vodafone, like Tele Columbus. But then looking deep in the future technologies also like FTTH with Tele Columbus, with Wilhelm Tell, with UGG, and we are quite open, and I'm doing here a lot of marketing also for new partnerships, because we believe the best way forward is to offer the end customer the biggest available footprint, taking care about his needs, not about what we have to sell, but really looking, what are your demands, what do you need? Oh, you're doing a lot of home office, you're doing a lot of streaming, you're just partially here, you only need the access on the weekend, whatsoever. Serving the end customer's need, in our opinion, is the way to success, and this we cannot do alone, we can only do with strong partnerships. And I hope you have a lot of questions which go beyond when is my fiber access in the cellar.
I won't try that again, okay. So are there any questions from the audience? Well, then I would have to jump in, at least as a first question. Obviously, I still have to play the role of the customer, of course. For a customer, the key decision then would be, would I go to Telefónica, or would I approach one of those partners directly that are available in my vicinity? So what is your key proposition why they should go to O2?
Well, the key proposition is that I guess we are listening better to the customer, and we are able to say, what do you need? Do you need cable? Do you need VDSL? Do you need fiber? We can serve you with really facing your demand, and not we have in stock some copper cables. So
so go for that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's one part, and the other part is at the moment, the market is going to a way that we are not selling fixed net standalone. It's becoming more and more converged, which means besides the pure fixed net access, of course, we are also offering combi benefits if we bundle it with mobile, with TV products and so on.
There is a microphone coming. That was a long run.
I could have shouted too. I've been to Austria a few weeks ago, and I've been visiting an operator there. And he's been talking about the same things that you're talking about, and especially fixed mobile solutions. And in Austria, there's a telco operator that offers only fixed mobile solutions. So they send them a wireless access point. If the customer says, okay, it fits for me, it's good. If not, he sends it back, and he's very successful. So a question consisting of two parts. First of it, do you as Telefónica O2 have to offer different solutions that you've shown, and you can't tend to just one? And on the other hand, will the metaverse change something in the importance of fiber, fixed line, and so on?
So, very good question. I guess I know the operator in Austria.
I didn't want to name it.
Clear. So do we have to offer it? From regulatory side, of course not. To be honest, it's a business decision because it makes commercially sense. So, how to say, we are forced from the business to offer it because it makes sense to do it. Now, will the metaverse change something? I guess the metaverse will change a lot. It will change dramatically, especially the data consumption we see. As I said, 1 terabyte in 5 years. So if you continue the line, it's at the end of the day, as I said, in 10, 15 years, it will be fiber. So one is the data consumption. The second, in the metaverse, I guess there are a lot of applications, and I guess we will have the round table for edge computing now right away, where we talk about latency and new applications and new services which require also this a lot shorter ping and response times. Therefore, yes.
Any more questions? Okay, I think you convinced everybody in the audience.
Okay, so, thanks a lot.